Room Tone Podcast is a show produced by us, three movie nerds shooting the shit while talking about shooting the shit.
Each episode builds upon the last, so we recommend starting at the beginning.
Now, let's make a movie.
How are we feeling today, guys, from this weekend's ventures?
Yeah, Room Tone Gang had a big weekend out on the lake.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all sitting here...
sunburned and miserable.
That first splash of aloe really felt amazing.
We put lotion in the fridge.
Ooh, that's where I put my aloe.
Oh, yeah. And then that cold lotion on the skin, it was pretty nice.
Your face actually looks a lot better than it did yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
It does.
Oh, cool. Maybe I'll actually turn tan. But I feel red.
I also feel a little red. More so like on my nose, and my body's completely red. When I took off my shirt, I was like, holy shit, when the fuck did that happen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
You know, and I didn't really feel guilty driving the boat, but it turned out I got caught red-handed. You
should feel guilty.
You should just feel guilty for what you just said.
Yeah.
No, that was good. That was good. Keep that in. This is what the people want.
You're literally talking to yourself right now. This is your episode.
This is what Austin wants.
Yeah, okay, so shut up. Welcome to the Swain Show.
Yeah. Sounds nice.
Tune in and shut up.
You know, on this trip, I did ask you guys a question that I am curious to see if anything has changed, if you guys chewed on it at all. On the car ride there, I asked, if you were a stripper, what would your stripper song be? Like, what would be your iconic dance?
Oh, yeah.
I still don't know.
Still don't know?
I think...
Honestly, I haven't thought about it at all, so...
That's fine.
I think I'm going to come out swinging my hips, swishing my hair to What's New Pussycat.
Do you really want to do that?
Huh.
Can I ask, would you have a G-string in the shape of like a cat and it's like furry as a cat?
It'd be like a paw.
I hate this conversation. I hate this image.
No, hang on. I'll get like a full-on onesie.
Yeah.
So I can like have like a decoration around the belly and stuff. And it can be, so like on my belly, I can have a furry cat. And then below the cat, the tail. Okay. That's ingenuity.
Oh my god, I've literally like never been less attracted to you in my life.
No, hang on, I can top that.
Oh, I'm sure you can.
If we position the cat just right and we have the tail at the bottom, we could probably finagle to get my belly button to look like a butthole.
Well, it already does.
Yeah. You guys seem impressed.
I'm impressed.
I'm so unimpressed.
Here's the thing. Creative-wise, boom, you got it.
Thank you.
I would need to see execution to be fully impressed.
I'll get you fully impressed and fully aroused.
I'll jerk you off, dude.
No.
I will get you there.
No.
I'm above bribery, but...
Is that actually what you would do?
No, God, no.
Okay.
What? Oh, come on. Let's hear.
This cannot be real. What's happening right now?
Let's hear the real biz. What are you doing? What are you doing down there?
No, I think I stand by. So I gave my answer over the weekend, and then we started to listen to music, and a different song came on by the Beach Boys. Wouldn't it be nice? And I think that's just a fun, jaunty tune.
So you would strip to the song "Wouldn't It Be Nice"?
Yeah.
What would your outfit be?
The like stroking of the beard was perfect with that.
Because I am imagining sailor, a little sailor suit.
Ooh,
I think you just want sailor suits in your life more often than you have them.
I think I do.
Well,
who
doesn't?
That way.
Yeah.
Who doesn't really? I mean,
can we call your dick your dinghy?
I'd rather you didn't.
I like it.
It's my dinghy. Sign up to see the dinghy. $5 for a dinghy show.
That is cheap.
I'm here for it.
But I guess I've only shown my dinghy for free, so what do I know?
Yeah, what do you know? That's cheap.
Shit, before I forget, I want to tell you guys, the review's in. I tried it. The new Taco Bell dragon fruit brisk whatever drink.
Okay. Hang on. Drum roll, please.
It is gross.
That makes sense.
It was meh.
Yeah. Bummer.
I should have just sticked with Baja.
I can't believe how often you've gotten Taco Bell without us recently.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Twice.
That's a lot.
Literally the only time. Okay, I will say the only reason why I went on yesterday was to try the drink. Because I was like, ooh, purple drink. That looked good.
Damn, we almost went yesterday too.
They also have like new wraps that taste like a snack wraps. I don't know if you remember those. Little throwback.
Like from McDonald's?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Interesting.
I love those snack wraps
I
at
did too.
McDonald's.
Taco Bell's doing wraps?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like they're calling it a chicken taco, but like it's a wrap. It's
Oh.
lettuce, cheese, piece of crispy chicken, and whatever sauce.
Are we going to Taco Bell tonight?
Shit, maybe.
Bet.
Oh, well, we might have to if we keep talking about it.
Atta girl.
And that's why, Maddie, you're my best friend.
And pause for room tone. My name is Maddie, and my go-to Taco Bell order is 1 cheesy gordita crunch, because they're perfection.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think, what is the new thing that I get? I switched it up because I used to get a beefy 5-layer, but they kept fucking it up in the drive-thru.
Because you got the custom order.
Right.
No beans and grilled.
Yeah.
The way
Which is the only way it should be, but they never do it right. So I'm always just bean-filled, and I hate it.
But they,
You sound like my ex-wife.
Oh!
1 cheesy gordita crunch. 1, I don't remember what it's called though. What is it called?
I don't remember.
Guy who works at Taco Bell.
Yeah, master of Taco Bell.
Well,
Where
it's a new item. It might be like the beefy crunch burrito.
We'll call it that. 1 cheesy gordita crunch. 1 beefy crunch burrito. Whatever the beefy wrap thing is that has a bunch of cheese and the little red crunch wrap thingies in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the replacement. And then usually I like to go for whatever the like specialty item is, whether it be like a chalupa or like the grilled cheese burrito was super good.
Or the fucking quesalupa right now.
Or the quesalupa is very good.
So fire.
But otherwise, I feel like it's just another cheesy gordita crunch.
Hell yeah.
Because they're perfect.
You can't go wrong. I mean, that's such a good item.
Can't.
I respect that order. I respect you, Maddie.
Thank you. And a big glass of water and mild sauce, because there's already a lot going on over here. So we're going to stick with water.
We call this the danger zone.
Yeah. This is like a chemical reaction, all right?
My name is Austin Arpeza. I'm an amateur filmmaker, and my Taco Bell order, I find it very, very hard for me to order Taco Bell because I usually always like the specialty item that's like a limited time. Mm-hmm. Like I love the rattlesnake burrito, which is just a burrito with fries in it in reality. And like this new product that they have, which is I don't remember what it's called, but it tastes like a snack wrap, like from McDonald's.
The Cantina crispy chicken tacos.
There it is.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's delicious.
Hell yeah.
That's been my go-to as of late.
I love it. As someone who used to work at Taco Bell, this is really fueling my nostalgic fire. My name's Austin Swain. I'm an animator and a video production specialist working in commercial advertising. And my Taco Bell order is very similar to Maddie's. Cheesy gordita crunch, cannot go wrong. I also like the beefy 5-layer, no beans grilled. Get them beans out of here, and you can't go wrong with a grilled burrito. And I'm a big fan of the Crunchwrap Supreme.
Ooh.
I think that's a nice, just a nice like filling chunk of stuff, and you get tomatoes and all that in there. And if I'm ever looking to fill in the cracks, I definitely go for like just a soft shell or like a soft shell taco supreme. Like that's a nice side for me.
I agree. Soft shell tacos are pretty solid.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I have a little bit of movie trivia for you guys.
Let's hear it.
We're talking characters today, and so I did a little bit of digging into what were some of the highest regarded and most popular written characters of all time in cinematic history. And so I found an article from Empire Magazine of the top 100 voted best characters from their readers. And in third place was a Mr. Han Solo.
Interesting.
Oh. I mean, I
Okay.
guess.
In second place, James Bond.
Ugh. Boring.
Not really. Okay.
Super boring.
Not a fan of that, but all right.
But these are very obvious just because, of course, like this is what the general public would choose.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we continue the trend with the number 1 rated popular character of all time on this article. Any off-the-cuff guesses based on the first 2?
Oh, God.
I'm going to guess Walter White, to be honest with you.
Oh,
No way.
jaded.
We're not. Us as a society isn't cool enough to think Walter White is a good character.
Like a good, well, I guess like what defines a good character? Can
You know
can
what?
I get that definition?
I don't know.
Okay. So they're just like, oh yeah, this character's good.
Like,
Is
what's
it like fucking like Mickey Mouse or something?
No. So it went Han Solo, James Bond, number 1, Indiana Jones.
I was gonna say Indiana Jones the first time.
Shit.
Damn it.
That surprises me. And surprises me that Star Wars isn't ahead of Indiana Jones. Which, by the way, cool that both of them are like Harrison Ford. Like,
True.
Yeah, right?
People
Yeah.
just love Harrison Ford,
I mean,
realistically.
you can't deny it. The man's Musk.
That's funny. I was gonna say either Indiana Jones or Luke Skywalker.
yeah.
And then I didn't say either, and I said Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. I was kind of upset that it was male run.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if the populace of that magazine is primarily male.
All of my favorite characters are male.
That's fair. I mean, maybe they're easier to write.
I wonder, I don't know if it's necessarily that. I just wonder if like our media has been male centered for a very long time.
Right.
And like now women are getting a little bit more bigger parts, are
Mhm.
actually like part of the story, not just like the love interest or
Mhm.
a waste or a means to an end, you know?
Yeah,
They're not
totally.
a side character
Yeah.
as much
Mhm.
anymore.
I was happy to see that at number 5 on the list was a female character.
Is it Princess Leia?
It's not Princess Leia,
Damn it.
not Star Wars, although sci-fi.
Popular sci-fi?
Yeah.
Is it that woman from Star Trek?
I don't know anything about Star
Here,
Trek.
hold on, let me look it up.
It's actually one of Maddie's favorites.
Oh,
Oh, I don't know. What?
Ellen Ripley
that makes
Interesting.
from
sense.
Alien.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Huh.
because she's a badass.
That is interesting.
This also came with fun facts, and I loved reading hers that Ridley Scott was, while he was in the process of casting Meryl Streep for Ripley,
Gross.
Sigourney Weaver came like busting through the door late for her audition in thigh-high heel or like thigh-high leather boots.
Fuck yeah.
And like he was so impressed just by that image that he's like, yo, you get in here.
Dude, that's so fair. Like, no shade to Meryl Streep at all, but like, she would not have been the right choice for that, I don't think.
Not with like the roles I've seen her in.
Yeah.
I feel, yeah, and maybe that's just because we know Ripley as Rip, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah, it's hard to be objective, but I can't
Yeah.
see it now.
I think that would be one of the best like alternate universe technologies would be able to like plug in, okay, what if it was this movie but with a different cast?
Mhm.
Yeah, like what if Steve Carell hadn't been Michael Scott?
Yeah, like what if they had
Yeah.
cast Seth Rogen? He fucking
Right.
tried out for that.
Seth Rogen tried out for Dwight.
Dwight.
Oh God. Okay, cut that out.
It's okay if we mess up if we can correct it.
We don't make mistakes. We
'Cause
just
we're-
make happy accidents.
We're human, and that's okay.
So
Top
that's-
100 characters, huh?
I just want to look at that whole list now.
Can I ask you guys then, what would be your top 3 characters?
Oh fuck.
Your personal top 3 characters?
I don't know if I can answer
Oh
that.
my God, he's so dramatic.
Why can't you answer?
God.
He's so dramatic about choosing favorites. He's like, literally, I think I might rather die.
Here's the thing. It doesn't have to be a favorite. You could just say it's like objectively a really good character.
Okay, a well-written character.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this.
I would say I would say Walter White, right? But I
Okay.
would say almost Jesse Pinkman is a little bit more of a better character, a written character
Totally.
than Walter White. Just because I don't know.
Because he's likable.
He's
Literally,
like-
it's as easy as that. He's basically doing a lot of the same stuff that Walter is, but you do not feel the same way about him as you do Walter.
Mhm.
Like, he manages to be this fucked up character who's going through these horrible, like, ridiculous situations, and you still, like, feel bad for him, but
Yeah.
you never feel bad for Walter.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are times where like I felt bad for Walter White. Again, I was a part of like that group where when I first watched the series, I was really like with Walt. I was like,
Totally.
this is the protagonist to this whole show.
That's insane.
And I'm going to ride this wave with this man because you know what? He's doing it for his family.
Fuck his family.
And then like the third season after he said like, I'm doing it for the family. I'm like, I don't know if you're doing it for the family anymore.
Are you though?
I think you're just crazy.
Yeah. It's okay to like it. That's fine. Be honest about it.
Right.
You're in the empire business,
buddy.
I think one of the best traits of a well-written character too is like if you put them into a situation based on your experiences with them, like you can guess what they're going to do. Like you feel like you know them. Mm-hmm. Like you know
how they're going to react.
Yeah, you know their highs and lows, you know how their brain works. Like they're written to a point where you can kind of track their movements.
See, I don't know if I agree with that. I do and I don't. I think like what makes a good character is a bit of that where you can sense of like what they're doing, and it's like consistent. Yeah. But also like when the challenges like rise, that they are able to grow within that character. You know, I think it's about that growth, about where they are from point A to point B.
Totally.
And I think that's like what makes a really good character.
Yeah.
I think you mean more just like understanding the character on such a deep level. Like a character is well written when you know everything about them.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah.
Is that more what you...
Totally.
That's
like,
fair.
Yeah, like when you feel like you know them personally. Not necessarily predictable, but...
Understandable. You like understand them completely.
Yeah, and familiar.
Yeah. Okay, all right. I vibe with that. That's my bad. Yeah.
Okay, the game is objectively good.
Yeah, let's not go
well
favorite.
Written character.
Let's not go favorite. Yeah. Let's do well written character.
Objectively well written character.
Yeah.
Patrick Bateman.
Oh,
you want to give us a little taste, a little idea of
interesting.
It's just so annoying when I sound like a Patrick Bateman girl, but because it's annoying and he's the worst. But like, that boy is just straight up fucked up. Like, he's just straight up a mess. And he's literally just crazy. He has, like, no redeeming qualities. You, like, don't really like him that much. He's literally just, like, this crazy, weird guy. And I think that is so hard to write. Like, being able to write a character that has, like, he's just weird and crazy. And it's so hard to write like legitimate crazy like that. And he just is.
I support that.
I do too.
I imagine that was a feat. It's like,
like
how he likes feet.
I guarantee he likes feet.
Guarantee.
But like, can you even like, how did somebody sit down and go, okay, I'm gonna write a quality about this character, and that quality is gonna be that while he's fucking someone, he's looking at himself in the mirror, flexing his own muscles.
Oh yeah.
And then he also just killed someone with an axe to hip to be square.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you.
But like, how do you possibly make a character out of those two things and make it not ridiculous?
Yeah.
And they did.
And have it track.
That's fair. Yeah.
But no, real talk, obviously Will Graham is the best written character of all time. Don't at me, but I will fight you.
Gotta get your sit points in.
Yeah, if you cross me on that, I'm gonna...
I would like to posit a very interesting character from a movie that I love is Guy Pearce's character from Memento. I find him fascinating. I think it's really like interesting to watch him move through the world. And by the end of the movie, when it starts to kind of twist and you start to see like the darker parts of his psyche, I think it's, I really enjoy like seeing those parts kind of come alive in him.
I really need to watch Memento again. I don't remember anything about
Let's do it.
I don't remember anything about it either.
Oh, shit. Well, I gave that without spoilers, and I do own it. So,
well, and it would be extremely interesting because we always talk about like watching movies not from like our super anal cinematography douchebag eyes.
That's hard.
Yeah, it's very hard.
It's super hard, but like a Memento is a case that like I don't remember it being cool at all, like movie-wise. So it'd be interesting to watch it now that I'm a douche and be like, oh shit, wait, no, I remember what it was like the first time.
It does.
And now that I'm a douche, I get it.
And now I like it.
I get it.
Well, welcome to Christopher Nolan.
Oh,
Exactly.
this is cinema. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a thing, though. I mean, once we all started like taking film classes and blah, 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 my sister even talked to me. She's a nurse, so, never went to film school. But she even told me after she started listening to our show, she found herself watching movies differently, like thinking about the decisions that the like movie makers had to make in order to like create what she was watching.
Heck yeah.
See, I think that's really cool. That's I don't know.
We're artists.
Yeah.
Like that's already like one person being affected by this, and that's kind of what we wanted. Like if one person can get something out of it, sweet.
Yeah. That's all we want to give is an inside scoop.
I will say I agree. Like I definitely have matured a little bit when it comes to like my movie taste and what I find good and bad. I remember even when like younger seeing that transition, because I watched my first Wes Anderson movie when I was about 15.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it. I watched Rushmore. I didn't like Rushmore.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then like my teacher, my Spanish teacher, the one who let me borrow it, which he was the one who got me into Wes Anderson and chess.
What a nerd.
Right?
It's like the Queen's Gambit.
He was telling me like, no, but hold on. Like, why don't you like it? And he was really encouraging me to like stop and think about it. And I realized that like, this is actually, my second time viewing, I realized, wait, this is actually really funny. Like, oh my gosh, these moments, these like awkward like tension. This is actually a really good movie, and I can't believe I didn't see that in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
It's intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah, they make these things on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Speaking of characters,
Yeah.
we should probably actually put some work into ours, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah. Solid segue. Last time we gave an update on the script, we had written the first 3 pages. We kind of have people showing up, kind of getting into the house and kind of starting to talk to the family. And we'd written kind of that first conversation between David and Donnie. But what we hadn't done was kind of worked through the introductions of each of the family members that David is introducing to Zoe. And so I think today we're going to take a look at what do those introductions look like and what are some of the elements that we want to bring forward from these characters' backstories to give them a little well-rounded nature so that you kind of know who you're dealing with right off the bat.
Yeah, we're going to make them into real people. We're going to turn them into real boys.
I'm a real boy.
Which, that being said, I think it's going to be kind of ironic what I say.
Did you make one of them a fake boy?
Oh, here's the thing.
One of them is made out of wood.
One of them has no penis.
Well, it's not Donnie.
Well, 2 of them have no penis.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Donnie's got enough dick for all of them.
No. I was going to say, I think it'd be very interesting to give the introductions, to kind of mislead the introductions a little bit, because we are talking about these characters and the perspective of David.
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm.
Yep, totally.
And I think like in these introductions, if we can like show their like quote unquote bad side and then flip it throughout the short film, I think that would be some really strong writing on our part.
That's fair.
Like saying like, oh, that's Donnie. He doesn't really care about anyone but like his muscles and whatever. And then we go forward and we're like, we see Donnie like caring about the family, wanting to make sure everything is like perfect, caring about his dad, caring about the ceremony, and disproving what David was saying.
Or proving.
I
mean, this is David's perspective of his family, of these people. So maybe he's wrong, maybe he's right. But I totally agree. And we had each written down a couple of ideas to kind of bring into this brainstorm. And I definitely kept that in mind as far as like, this is an aspect of this person's life that David kind of knows about, or for some of them doesn't know about. And like, maybe that confusion can be funny.
That's interesting because I feel like I didn't go about it that way.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I kind of forgot about the fact that, it's through David's perspective.
Yeah.
So I just wrote like random fun fact
Sure.
And that's perfect
about
too.
them. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm intrigued to see how ours differ.
Let's spur it off.
I will say the things that I wrote down are very few.
Yeah, I wrote down one thing for everyone.
Yep, me too.
That was all we were supposed to do, right?
Yep. So tell the class who are the people that we're going to be introducing in this sequence.
So we are going to be getting introductions for Donnie, who is David's older brother, Lonnie, David's younger sister, Carol, David, Lonnie, and Donnie's mom, and the widow, Johnny, who is Donnie and Nicole's son, and Nicole, the wife of Donnie.
So, who do we want to start with? How do we kick this thing off?
Let's do Donnie first.
Yeah.
Our best boy, Donnie.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have written down, Sven?
Clear favoritism. So, I also wrote down like what I thought would be kind of a fun visual way to show these, because this is one of our like most, we've talked about this a lot, like kind of our most stylized kind of these like jump cuts, quick sequences, going to all kinds of different locations and different scenery to like really set them in. And so what I wrote down for Donnie from David's perspective was he was always picked first in gym class. And I thought it would be really funny if like, so it's this line of like grade school kids all in their gym clothes, and then like an adult Donnie is in the middle, and then like a hand goes up and points at him, and he just like screams in one of the kids' faces.
That would be good.
Yeah,
just turns to one of the children.
That would be funny.
That would be great.
That would be funny.
And they're all in their gym clothes.
So
I like that.
So is this just kind of why is it Donnie? Like why is it buff Donnie?
Yeah,
because Donnie.
We've always kind of shown him as like he's physically strong. He always aims to be the best, and
he's a
perfectionist. And from David's point of view, I think he's accomplished that in a lot of ways. Like I think David looks up to / despises Donnie because he's always been like the successful older brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see David being like, yeah, he was always picked first.
Yeah, right.
In like a upset tone, you know?
Yeah.
I like that.
Thank you.
And I can see the visual for sure.
I can too.
Right on. What do you guys have? What do you have, Austin?
I also imagine him like in this crop top tank.
Like he's still in the same outfit as the other people.
And I love, I mean, because, you know, if we show a child version of Donnie, it's like, we don't know who that is.
Yeah.
So I think it's really fucking funny to like keep the same actor, even though it's like portraying a 10-year-old.
Yeah. I feel like that could be for everybody.
Totally.
Agreed.
Totally.
That being said, I also think it'd be funny too if we just found like, again, like a line full of like, you know, 10 whatever youngins, and then we just have like this teenager like growing a mustache, and again supposed to be like 12 or 10 or whatever, and it's just like ready to go, jock to shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like, oh, why was he picked first?
Yeah.
Oh, and I imagine like going down the line tracking wise, like just seeing every kid and just like a very like bland face, like they don't want to be there, and then it just lands to this buff kid who's like, yeah, let's go, let's ready to get it,
just frothing at the mouth.
There's a shot like that in Carrie, the original, the 1978 one.
I don't remember the shot.
When it's like going down the line of all of the girls like having to work out for their detention.
Oh,
it's very similar.
You know what, that would be a very like funny homage to like Donnie as a character. Like, although he was picked first in gym class, no one really liked him.
Yeah, he was still the bully.
Right? Yeah, you still portray him as a fucking asshole.
Yeah. Like he's the buff kid that everyone wants on his team because they know they'll win. But everyone's like, Donnie, get your head out of your ass and let's go.
Yeah. They don't like him. They need him.
Yeah. I like that.
Cool. Thank you.
So for myself, I just wrote like Donnie working out, like, because that's just kind of like his staple, and I imagine a shot where like he has his own like bench press in his garage, and you see like Johnny in the background like holding the weight or like getting ready to hold the weight. He tries to like lift it up, but you can see like it's heavy for him. He sets down the rack, up comes Donnie, and you see him just covered in sweat, shirtless, and then just grabs an egg and
Jesus Christ!
Just eats it. Like,
he's the man with the egg, man.
This is Donnie. He's all about workout. Again, like still keeping with that visual. Like he was always picked first. In fact, if we wanted to combine those two shots of like like just really buff dude. You
right,
know?
like he's always been the athletic one,
Yeah.
or whatever, like something all encompassing and do both of them.
Yeah, he's always been athletic.
Yeah.
Picked first in gym class. Yeah.
Yeah. I think he should scream in everyone.
Yeah.
Really, I think it would be funny.
I also thought about it would be very interesting to show them in the perspective with their father. So like, you know, with Donnie, if we wanted to get ridiculous, like he's going hunting with his dad, but instead of like him being like a hunter with his dad, he's like a retriever, like a dog.
Oh, yeah.
He shoots the bird and you just see Donnie like dash.
Oh
over
my
there.
God.
That's funny.
That's hilarious.
That-
Don't worry, Dad, I got it.
That's like a really good idea too. I think that we should have some, at least like one characteristic be
With dad.
with dad.
Yeah, I think it'll also give importance to the dad and show how big of a figure this man was in these kids' lives.
Totally.
Totally.
So that's kind of what I thought for Donnie.
I love that. I love both of those. Maddie, what did you bring to the class?
Okay, so my idea for Donnie was that every year since his birth, there's an identical photo of him, but it's in like different situations. So like theoretically, I pictured like an infant like in a ridiculous pose, and then like at like a birthday party or something. Let's
Yeah.
say like kid Donnie like woohoo-ing, you know, in a position.
Yeah.
But like every year of his life, as he grows up, there's a different setting that he's like making that same pose in. I
Holy
see that as a
shit.
really fun like sequence of images.
Oh my God.
And I thought it would be funny to do it just like he's always doing it, even if like the background doesn't make sense because he's like dedicated to it now. So like say he's like at like a different funeral, or he's like at like Johnny's like detention or something, and he's like still doing the fucking pose. I think something like that might be cute.
That reminds me of like Mulan with the it's like the advisor or something. Whenever he takes a photo with like the general, he's always like shaking the hand and like pointing.
Oh yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
That's really funny.
Or like what the main inspiration of that was is the character whose name I can never remember, not Pierce Brosnan, the other one, the other 007 who's in
Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz.
Yeah.
Where he's got like the picture of him smiling,
Oh,
and then it
yeah.
pans out and he's smiling next to it. Like I think that's like the funniest shot ever. So I think Donnie would have that energy.
I love that.
That's fair. Yeah.
What's his fucking name? Why can I never remember his
Well,
name?
let me look it up.
Okay.
Hot Fuzz.
We look it up every time and I still always forget.
Are you looking for the actor or
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
character? Actor. Okay.
Yeah, he was James Bond. Hang on.
He's in Looney Tunes Back in Action.
James Bond is on my list of great people.
Is it Timothy Dalton?
Yep.
Oh, I was
It
never
is.
going to guess
It's
that.
Timothy Dalton, and I can never remember his name. Ever.
I wonder if we could find a way to like make the same face or like do the same pose in kind of the same way, without having to like find
An actor for
an
every
actor
age.
for every age.
Well, yeah,
or
and
like
I feel
take
like
30 pictures.
I feel like yes, you would have to take like 30 pictures, but you could probably have like only like 3 actors,
Right.
you know? But yeah, it would be hard to find someone who looks like everybody. But
I think that's hilarious.
I do too.
I mostly just love the smiling.
Yeah. Like even if it's like his face on a t-shirt or something, like he just totally loves himself and you see like his face on the t-shirt and then we zoom out and he's making the exact same face
Right.
or something like that.
Yeah,
Could be really funny.
Yeah. Like, and at first I thought of it as like his yearbook photos are all exactly the same. Like he's always wearing the same outfit in every yearbook photo, but that's another situation where, yeah, you would have to find like a person for every year.
Which I'd rather go with like the funny option than like the safe option as far
Yeah.
as work, and then we can kind of backtrack it.
Yeah.
So with you saying all of that, it made me picture him wearing a shirt with his face on it that says on the top, "This guy loves his wife" with an arrow pointing down at the photo.
Oh my
like,
God.
For some reason, I imagine like David going like Oh, did Nicole buy you that shirt? And then Nicole just walks by. No.
Yeah, like, shouldn't it say, like, I love my wife, and it's a picture of Nicole, not this guy.
Loves his wife.
Yes, it's all about him.
Or, like, this guy has a perfect family.
Yeah, something stupid like that. And just Nicole's like, no, I didn't buy that for him.
Yeah, no, he bought that for himself.
That's great. that fits.
Yeah.
So we got the narcissist.
Mhm.
We got the buff boy. We got Daddy's little man who chases after.
Those are all good ideas.
Yeah, they are.
Which, by the way, we can always like come back to it and like crush them together somehow. Like I'm cool with that.
Yeah, and I mean, how long do you think each of these intros takes?
I don't know. I think that's kind of up to us, and I think that is determining. I think that's determined by like what we really like. You know,
Yeah.
like if the intro ends up being like a minute, I don't want us to be like, well, we said 30 seconds.
Right.
Like
Totally.
I want to feel that vibe. I want to see what's funny and how we can condense it based off what's funny.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
I
all
guess-
about the flow.
Totally. So are there?
But I don't think more than 4 things. Probably. Like
Yeah.
the one with Dad and then 3 other things to
Defining.
mention.
Agreed. I can't imagine more than that either.
So we have the narcissist, the athlete.
What do you mean by the narcissist?
Oh, I was thinking
The
of
shirt.
with like his own face
Oh,
on his
okay.
shirt or like something to that effect.
Do you want me to write these things down then?
I do really like these options. I think we should, whether we do that on this episode or we do it off episode, whatever, we should come back to it and get back to and bring that together.
Finalize it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do like these options. Is there anything else we want to say with Donnie? Like what who is he as a character? We have his character sheet right over there.
Yes, we do.
Do you want to pull that up and give us a little read?
We have written down that he's flamboyant and not shy.
Is he still flamboyant based off like how we've been like rolling with this character? Do you think he's still flamboyant?
I think he's flamboyant in a sense.
Like
Yeah.
outgoing and loud.
I
Yeah.
think he's flamboyant in like the purest sense of the word.
Okay.
Like he's kind of a
Probably.
showman.
Yeah.
I can see that. I
Yeah.
think so.
All right. Cool.
Can you name like the first 3 things we had written down for him again?
Flamboyant, confident, perfectionist, naive, oblivious.
That's more than 3.
Sorry, a few of them are the same.
Say the first 2 again.
Confident, perfectionist, oblivious. Oh, you said 2.
Yeah. You're
Confident,
bad at following directions.
confident, and perfectionist.
Confident is what I was trying to remember. I feel like we need to have something of him like being kind of like a confident asshole.
I feel like the screaming.
That's
aspect of-
fair.
Like
Yeah.
like
Just
that's, like,
asserting
let's go.
dominance. Yeah.
What if we like gave him like a mansplain situation? Like his
That's
wife
fair.
is giving birth and he's like giving advice to the doctor.
He's giving advice to his wife.
Yeah, he goes,
The doctor is much funnier. Be like, so are you sure that that's the head?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure that's the fucking head, you dick shit.
Yeah,
He pushes the doctor aside.
He delivered his own baby.
Yeah, just shoves it. And then the shot is like from between Nicole's legs and Donnie just like shoving the doctor aside.
That'd be
She
funny.
needs stimulation.
No, Donnie does not know about the clit.
He doesn't think it's
Yeah,
real.
the clit's a myth. I think that's funny.
Yeah.
That is funny.
We could get a hospital room.
Yeah, just something to show his confidence, basically.
He delivered his own baby.
Delivered his own baby.
That's so fucking funny. And then we could even
Delivered his own baby despite medical professionals' request.
yeah, exactly.
Or he like delivered himself.
Yeah,
Like,
rumor has it.
He basically just walked out of that fucking thing.
He was strolling.
Yeah, exactly. He's like spinning the
umbilical cord.
yeah.
It could be. We could, if he delivers Johnny himself. We could.
So
What?
I just thought of how funny it would be if he delivers, if it's like a shot of him like getting Johnny out of Nicole's body and then he just like football slams him.
Yeah.
And that's why Johnny's the way Johnny is.
Oh no!
Johnny suffered a major head concussion.
Yeah.
Sorry, whatever you were gonna say.
Wait, dude, that would be really funny.
Johnny
Oh,
suffered
like,
major brain
so we
damage.
get like that clip of like Donnie spiking the baby.
And then we get to do it twice.
And then we get to Johnny. It's like, I think he was dropped on his head. Yeah.
That could be funny.
Just a nice, quick one.
Mm-hmm.
It would also be funny too if like he was like delivering the baby or whatever, push the doctor aside. He's like, all right, I see the legs.
Right, so he does it wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Babies are supposed to come head first, so then they can get wrapped around with the umbilical cord.
Cool.
If we do have him deliver Johnny, we could always like get in the line about basically his expectations of him. Like he pulls the baby out and he's like, "You're gonna be a football star," or like something to that effect, and he wasn't.
That's fair. Yeah.
But there's always like those little moments to fit in some of those.
I think delivering his own baby is a great start.
Yeah, fuck yeah. All right, so what do we have for Donnie, just as a recap? Give us the rundown.
So photos for every year that he's doing the same thing in or something. Always being the athletic one, always getting like chosen first. Working out with Johnny / eating the egg, because I think that's the funniest part about it. Delivering his own baby, slam dunked. And then collecting like ducks when Ronnie goes fake shooting.
Boom.
Ronnie would be really hunting.
Then why would... Oh, he's collecting real corpses?
Yeah,
totally.
He's like...
Yikes.
He's like a hound.
Okay.
In that sense, where he's like actually like retrieving like the
Good
duck
Lord.
or whatever.
Okay. And then...
As a note, I was thinking about, so, you know, our goal in the first like half of the film is to show Dad as like larger than life. And I've always loved like in cartoons when they have the parents and they don't show the head. Like the parent is always too tall for the frame that like they're cut off at the shoulders.
I do like that, but it does really limit your like shot.
Yeah, and it takes us away from recognizing Dad.
Yeah. Especially when we're trying to set up that like Dad was like, actually, I don't know, maybe that's like part of it. Like we don't see this figure only like his feet or whatever.
Yeah.
And like it's almost like quote unquote God. You're looking at this giant, this big being.
Right.
And then he puts his face in the mashed potatoes.
Yeah, but I don't think the first time we see his face should be in the mashed potatoes, because I don't think people will understand who it is.
Well, I believe the first time, other than these scenes, the first time that we've like had it written in that we're going to see Ronnie's face is when we see
the photo.
His framed photo.
That's right. Never
in
mind.
these introductions. So who's next?
We can probably make him appear larger than life by like optical illusions more than...
Yeah, just by
like
the cinematography.
Yeah.
Show him big and gross.
Lonnie. Dear Lonnie is next.
Ooh.
Should I go first? I think I ended the last one.
Yeah, what'd you bring in for Lonnie?
I guess hers is kind of basic, but I basically wrote that she had been suspended for selling oregano to the math team and telling him it was weed.
Yeah.
Like, I can see her doing that trope. And I really like the image of a close-up of her hand, and she, like, rolls out a bag of oregano and is like, this is the good stuff.
Yeah.
And then, like, next shot is her, like, sitting in the principal's office and, like, a bunch of bags of oregano, like, in front of her. I think that would be funny.
I do like that.
Yeah.
But I think the idea itself is just kind of overplayed. But
that's fair.
I think she would have done something like that.
I agree. That does sound like her character.
We could even just do full pot. I mean, she got suspended for selling pot to the math team.
True.
That's actually very similar to what I brought in. Well, kind of. But they both involve math.
Nice.
That actually would be a fun thing to play with her, is like, she's really smart. She just doesn't apply.
Right.
True, yeah. Maybe she does everything with the math team because those are the only people that she can be friends with.
I like that. You know, it shows her rebelliousness.
Yeah.
I also wrote like something about her in high school, because that's probably when her and David were kind of the closest. So yeah, that makes sense.
Well, she would be more in middle school when David is in the home.
Maybe, plot twist, maybe she's a kid. When she was a kid, she got caught selling weed to the math team, and she's like 10, and the people buying it are like 16. And she's like, here you go. And she like makes like a fucking side hustle, but she's like a child.
But we'd still show her as adult Lonnie, right?
True.
Maybe we could do, if we wanted to do that, she tried to pass off her drug deals as a lemonade stand, and we could have her like pigtails and like have her really squatted down behind like a lemonade stand and have her hold her arm up really tall, so like she looks short and small, but it's still the same actress.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. Like, got like kicked out of school for running a fake lemonade stand where she was actually just selling pot to teenagers.
Right.
I think she's kind of like Louise Belcher in that way.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think going back to the shot, or going back to the idea of like her selling oregano to like the math team, it'd be funny if it like before or after that like small sequence, it shows like Ronnie helping her weigh it and like putting it in the baggies for her to sell, because like he's like, yeah, I'm in on the scam, whatever.
Oh boy.
Maybe because Ronnie's like, he's such a businessman that he's like, I'm going to teach you how to make a living.
Yeah.
Like,
but we're not going to sell actual weed.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, yeah. I think he's just like a shitty guy.
Yeah.
And he would have been like, I'll teach you.
Yeah.
Shit, that's fair.
I can see that.
Imagine like a nice table shot, like a long table where it's like going, dollying back, and we just are revealed Lonnie and Ronnie, and like they're like packing bags and they're putting things on scales, and it's just like this pile of oregano, but you know, it looks like marijuana, and it's like, oh my god, he's helping her sell drugs. And then it backs even more, and then you just see like the empty bottles of oregano just everywhere.
Yeah,
so it's like, yeah, he's a bad dad, but at least it wasn't like actual drugs.
Right.
And that brings in like that she's daddy's little girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that maybe if she like gets kicked out of school or like gets in trouble for it, like Ronnie can be the one who like greased some elbows and like got her back in school or like fixed the problem for her.
Yeah.
Or it could even like go where Ronnie is disappointed in her, not because she did it, but because she got caught, you know, and he's just like, you know, what were you doing? I told you only from this time to this time. I feel
like that's too complicated.
It probably is.
Yeah, we need one line.
You need to be able to understand it without having any sort of dialogue. Like David can say his one thing, and then that's like the shot tells the rest of the story.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so how do we boil this down into like one snappy line that, yeah, like Maddie said, the shot can tell the rest of the story?
Like Lonnie got suspended for selling fake weed to high schoolers, but dad helped her out.
I don't know if Ronnie would do that. I'm getting hung up on that. This isn't in the script yet, but like, I know, Austin, you've said so many times, like, dad's so against pot, like, blah, blah, blah.
That's true.
So
that's why it's really oregano.
Well, yeah.
He's not against scamming. He's just against drugs.
But I could see him, like, not wanting her to get involved at all.
That makes
in
sense.
that life. Yeah, I don't know if I'm feeling like him helping her pack up weed.
That's fair. That's very valid.
Or fake weed.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even think about that. So I agree with what you're saying.
Maybe we can get Ronnie in another clip. But yeah, she got in trouble selling drugs to the kids or something like that.
Hey, Swain, what do you have written down?
One of the ways that I wanted to kind of get her involved, she only got through high school by sleeping with her math teacher.
Is the math teacher a woman?
Yep.
Okay.
So all of the math teachers.
So we get Lonnie kind of again, like, she's smart, but she doesn't really apply herself. So she was gonna flunk math or whatever, but she is kind of manipulative, like able to kind of work the people around her, and then we get to, you know, show off like her own feminine wiles and like break the ice that she's lesbian.
I like that only, yes, if the math teacher or the teacher is a woman, and if they're old enough for it not to be some weird like conflict of like 17-year-old and teacher.
Yeah, we would not make that an issue.
See, like that's...
Well, right, but then when do you... That doesn't really... does that like happen in college? Did she go to college?
She's, based off the conversation we were having in the beginning, I believe she was either in her freshman or sophomore year of college.
Right.
She's still pretty new at it, so this would have to be recently-ish.
Yeah, true.
And that being said, I feel like that toes a line that doesn't make me personally feel comfortable.
We could do freshman year. She got through freshman trigonometry by sleeping with her professor.
That's true. As long as it's not high school. That's my
That's
only.
fine.
I just feel like
That's
it
fine.
doesn't work in a college setting.
I think it does. Where she's like,
Okay.
ooh, I want a good grade. I don't know. I never
It's
slept
like
with my teacher for a good
College is just like, why didn't you just not take the class then?
Right.
grade.
Yeah, and that's why I said like she got through high school, so like making it obvious that she's a senior. I don't know. I can see why that's difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe there's a different way that we do that.
And I don't know if she's that slutty. Is she that slutty?
I can imagine her slutty. I maybe not. Maybe slutty's not the
Promiscuous.
right word. I think sexually adventurous would be
Or just
that.
like not afraid to like use sex for what you want?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And manipulative
Yeah.
and like streetwise.
Yeah. The high school thing I'd probably cut. It'd probably
Yeah, I
just
don't
be-
know if I like it with a teacher, but I'm cool with her like using sex to get something else. But I
Yeah.
don't think I want to like have a teacher.
just like
That's-
a different scenario.
Yeah.
Even if it's like the pizza boy.
yeah, she can still get some D. Or
Yeah,
not.
yeah,
She
yeah.
can still get some P. Just I don't want to.
Yeah, like she can like maybe it's even just like she always finds a way to get what she wants, and we can do like a snap cut of her like flirting with the pizza girl and then like flirting with someone at the gas station to get cigarettes.
Or like the outside of her dorm room, and every like it's just like people constantly like getting let out of her apartment. She's like always leading someone to the door.
Mhm.
sure. Oh, that feels just slutty.
I mean,
So let me how about this? What if she's more flirtatious than she is actually like having sex, and she uses her flirtatiousness to get her way? And it could be something simple as like she's going to like all these people, like, you know, if you give me free food or whatever, you can meet me at room 201 in the dorms, and you know whatever, and we'll show you a good time. And then you see the room 201 and like a line of people waiting, but that's not her room.
That's funny.
And you see her just kind of sneak down the
yeah,
hallway.
she goes into a different room.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's
with
funny.
like her like load of goods.
Yeah, I could see that. Or I was gonna say like she goes to like a coffee shop every day, and like the dumb kid behind the counter, she can con into like giving her a free coffee every day.
Right.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe, and that's kind of what I was getting at with like the pizza delivery and cigarettes and the coffee shop is maybe we can just kind of go through those quick cuts of like flirt, get a thing, flirt, get a thing, flirt, get a thing, and then we don't have to like go into the whole story of it.
With what you just said, I imagine like someone like the cashier or whatever is like, "Oh, you're getting another coffee again today." Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
And then like Lonnie just like looks at him, spits in his face, and like walks away. And he's just like, "God, I love you."
That would be interesting as well. I can see either way.
And it's just like a very like dominant, like,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. That's just kind of playing off that idea though of like
Yeah.
her using her sexuality to kind of get what she needs.
Yes, that's about all I got.
Mm-hmm. Although
Can be sexually manipulative to get what she wants.
I do want to ask, does that kind of fall into like a common trope that like women and characters are flirtatious to get what they need and what they want?
I think it's awesome.
If we want to go with it, I think it's.
I'm all about women using
get the bag,
their shit however they want. Like,
Hell yeah.
I'm so down for women manipulating people.
Fuck yeah. Okay, I just wanted to ask. I wanted to throw it out there.
Approved by a local woman.
Yeah, as a woman, I'm all about females being manipulative to get what they want.
As a man, I'm a little upset.
Well,
no,
I will totally show my boobs to like get something. It's that easy.
Yeah, I kind of see.
Swain's just bringing like constant muffins over. Here you go, Maddie.
Yeah.
Wait, do you like muffins?
Yeah. Lemon poppy seed, bitch.
Can I get boob?
Can I get boob?
Spits in his face.
Yeah.
I love you.
yeah.
Oh, God, I love you.
I kind of see her as, is she like Johnny Knoxville's friend in Small Apartments? The girl who haggles for like, hey, can I get a pack of cigarettes? And he's like, oh, I'm going to have to see. I don't remember. Maybe that's a bad correlation.
See, I think that's doing it the wrong way.
All right, fair
Because
enough.
they like make her like
Kind of
dirty
desperate.
and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
desperate and sad.
Yeah, all right,
like
cut that
I just
out.
want her to fucking know that she can get shit.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and like it's so easy for her. Like she just smiles at someone and gets a pack of cigarettes like immediately.
Yeah, like she's just manipulative to a core. She's just a sociopath. I love it.
I think it'd be fun if the way that we show that is kind of the person that she's going to manipulate is just kind of standing like holding the thing, and she kind of like distracts them with her looks or like a look that she gives them just enough to like snatch it out of their hands and walk away or something like that.
What did you have written down for Lonnie?
Big boobas.
She got some nice tits.
She got some nice knockers.
That's your sister.
No. So what I thought would be like a very fun way to introduce Lonnie is if David was just kind of listing the crimes that she's done, similar to Hunt for the Wilder People. A little bit of a combination of Hunt for the Wilder People and the montage scene of the Royal Tenenbaums.
Okay.
So when they introduce Ricky Baker and Hunt for the Wilder People, Child Services is just like naming the list of crimes. He's like, he's been caught burning stuff, graffitiing, stuff, just listing off like this whole thing. And I think that'd be funny to just kind of pose her with the crime behind her constantly, as if like she just doesn't really give a shit.
Yeah.
Like she just burned down a house and she's smoking
like
a cigarette.
always smoking. Yeah. It's like the same drag and the background just changes.
Dude, that'd be awesome to
That'd
like
be
just
fun.
have the same like kind of have the same clip of her and her background's just changing.
Yeah.
She could be on a green screen.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a tacky green screen. Because I feel like we want to do like that lots of different locations shot for a lot of these chunks, and that might get old, so we might have to like figure out ways to make it unique.
Sure.
That being said, this isn't like this is what we have to do. This
No,
is
I
just
like
kind of,
that idea.
Yeah, the idea of it. And
She could be in front of a projector, like the projector image could be behind her.
Oh,
what if
that'd
it's
be
like
cool.
What if like the projector image is showing like the different mugshots
Yeah.
that she like has, and it's just it's like a
Is she getting
slideshow.
arrested though?
That's fair.
Nah, she's
But-
too slick for that.
She is.
Yeah, but like yes, like something like that might be cool.
Which I feel like that'd be really interesting for her character, because I feel like it kind of shows that she is seeking out attention, and although she's kind of getting it by like, oh, she's like the badass who like doesn't give a fuck. It may be like she does give a fuck, and she just wants people to like notice and validate her, rather than just saying, oh, that's just Lonnie.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, totally.
taking her for face value when there's something more going on.
It's depression.
it's the trauma.
It's the trauma.
If we want to go with like the fake weed route, that might be too much of her like being a bad guy.
That's fair.
Right. Gosh, I really like how varied it can be if it's like boom, bam, bang, like burning shit, stealing shit, kicking shit. Like,
which I'll have to show you that intro to Hunt for the Wilder People.
We'll link it in the description. Now, how do we bring Ronnie into this? She's Daddy's little girl. Maybe they always did something together.
What about like her evil little child self? I like her as a child more than an adult, I guess.
Right.
But what if maybe he like helped her make like the most ginormous like fake volcano for the science fair that like they like explode together and they like are super happy about it, but it like destroys like the other people's projects or something.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, like just a big fucking explosion and they like high five or something.
Yeah, but it like ruins the other people's day. Like I see that dynamic with them.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of evil together.
They're both kind of rowdy.
Not rowdy.
Okay.
I guess like if going the route to show Ronnie in every one of these flashbacks, I think that we have to show them having a fun time, but it's also kind of wrong. Similar to Donnie's, where like Donnie's having a fun time catching these birds, but also
It's abuse.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's so my first thought is she's like stealing something for him, or I'm not really sure. I pictured them like at like a horse track or something, and I don't really know how horse tracks work. Well, I know for a fact that this like wouldn't be a thing, but say she like ran off and like came back with some like information, and he like grabs it from her and kind of tousles her hair, like good kid, went and got me the illegal horse information
Yeah.
or like something kind of small and dirty like that.
What if like went to the horse track, got her like a ticket, let her pick a horse or whatever, and like her horse wins, and like he switches out the tickets, so like he grabs hers, whatever, and so he collects the winnings, even though like it's like probably like dollars compared to like
Right.
whatever.
I feel like that
That kind
just happens.
that
I've
kind of
done that
breaks their relationship too.
That's happened. I've done that a million times.
What?
Like going to like a gambling or something with your parents and like they let you pull it, but they like still win because you're not allowed to gamble.
Oh yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
Unless I'm the only person who does that, then maybe.
No, I probably did that, I guess.
Or yeah, going to the racetrack and like them buying me a ticket. But then like if that horse wins, I don't get the money,
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so
What if it's cockfighting?
Oh God.
He takes her to cockfights.
I will not be a part of anything that involves cockfighting.
no, but they're not chickens.
Oh. That's when she decides she's a lesbian.
Yeah. Oh God. Not
That's
this.
a lot of
ever.
vein.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right, next.
Yep. Yeah, you're right though. It should be something that he's being
Kind of
yeah.
they're having
He should
fun.
be using them.
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe it could be something with her. Like,
What?
I think of him, like, sending her up to a counter and, like, making her cry to, like, get something.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it would be. Like, maybe, like, to comp a meal or something. Like, maybe let's say they, like, go to Olive Garden and she doesn't like what she ordered. And he can be like, if you go up there and, like, cry to them, I bet they'll, like, comp it or something. I don't know.
Or like the ice cream truck or something.
What if it was like
And they both got ice cream.
What if it was like him asking her to put her hand in a vending machine in order to get them snacks?
Oh, that's good. Because he's little.
It's small enough where like I feel like anyone who feels like they're good would be like, yeah, it's whatever. It's just a candy bar or whatever. Although it's still stealing.
True, yeah. He's like teaching her how to steal.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
that would lead into her being manipulative to get what she wants.
Totally.
Yeah.
She's not going to pay for shit.
Yeah.
I do like the idea visually of like Lonnie in pigtails, like just over the countertop, like looking into an ice cream truck, and she's like crying, and then we smash cut to like her and Ronnie both licking an ice cream cone together
Right.
in a double shot.
Yeah, like he doesn't have money on him, so he says, like, if you go up there and cry, I bet you can get a couple for free.
Yeah, exactly.
Something like that.
What if it was like them at a restaurant and like he would like give her like sips of beer or whatever?
I had that thought too.
Where it's just, but it was like it wasn't just like a couple of sips. He's like, come on,
Yeah.
like, gives like a little.
I could see that more for Carol. Like
Yeah.
something with Carol.
Oh, yeah, totally.
I don't know if I want Lonnie to be a drunk.
That's fair.
Yeah, totally fair. Well, so maybe we revisit that, like something her dad kind of is coaching her into like doing what she can to get what she wants in some sort of a sense. And that builds their camaraderie.
Yeah, I think that's solid.
Yeah.
So what do we have for Lonnie?
We have got in trouble selling fake weed when she was a kid in some way. I really like the lemonade stand idea.
Right on.
Can be sexually manipulative to get what she wants. And Ronnie coaches her into being manipulative as a child.
Hell yeah.
Somehow.
I liked the like string of crime too. And maybe it's like between that or the lemonade stand. And maybe the lemonade stand is part of that.
Right.
Maybe it's like she was burning, fighting, fucking, selling fake weed in like that string.
But I feel like, yeah.
Let's move on.
Let's move
For
on.
now.
Yeah.
I agree.
We got a solid list.
Yeah.
We can revisit that. Let's do Nicole.
Yeah.
Austin, what'd you have for Nicole?
For Nicole, I thought it'd be funny. I just wrote down tries to kill Donnie.
Classic Nicole.
Kind
That's
of like
fair.
Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. Where like something just like falls just in time as Donnie like walks away.
Right.
I think that is like a majority of her character, but I wonder if it's pronounced enough that David knows about it. Like, I wonder if he says something like, we all think she's trying to kill her husband, and then we do like a fun Wile E. Coyote situation.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I agree. That was the first thought I had, too. Like, I think we've worked that into her character.
Yeah, it's pretty much, it's like the main thing we know about her.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe this is a good chance. I mean, obviously I wrote down something very similar. Yeah, maybe this is a chance to find a little bit more depth into her backstory as well. Like maybe she's like a serial hobbyist.
What if she... Oh, okay. Playing off that idea. What if she comes from a background of money, like a cereal company, like oh yeah, they created blah blah blah, but lost it all because it got discontinued, and now she's like in the dumps or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh sure, yeah.
So we show her like in a life of privilege, and then with Donnie,
it'd be funny to be like she comes from money. Well, came from money, and then like do that jump cut of her like living lavishly, and then like down in the dumps,
yeah,
or something. I don't know. Maybe
kind of an idea. I don't know. I was very conflicted writing for this one, mostly because like I'm thinking a lot on like David's perspective on like how he would introduce these characters,
right?
And I feel like he has somewhat of a detachment from Donnie, that like he would just kind of see her as like Donnie's wife,
right?
Yeah,
but they've known each other for 20 years ish. I mean, Donnie and Nicole have been married for at least 15 years. So there's that.
I think that she is trying to kill her husband, and I think that we think that's funny, and I think we might as well. I don't think we're really going to be able to have a chance to like spell it out in another situation, you know?
True.
So it might just be funny to have him be like, yeah, we kind of think that she's trying to kill her husband.
Yeah.
And then like not know if he's being serious, but like throughout the rest of the film, like, yeah, she's definitely trying to kill her husband.
Or even just say like something like not that like reveals that, but like she's a little off, and then like shows her again like the attempt or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, here, let me tell you guys my idea, because it kind of fits into all that. I wrote down, she insisted on having their wedding photos taken in a graveyard. And then I thought, and I don't know about graveyard, but I thought we could show like a series of wedding photos, and in every one of them she's like threatening Donnie or like pretending that he's dead or like something like that. Like everyone is her like in air quotes playfully like strangling him or like mocking, like
interesting,
miming, threatening him in some way.
Something similar to that. What if it was like showing like their wedding photos, and it was just like her like joking, like I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like in each photo. Oh, but I'm saying like it's just their wedding photo. Wait, is that what you...
Yeah, that's exactly what I just said.
Well, never mind.
So I'm glad you like my idea.
I don't like it.
No, that's fair. No, Maddie doesn't.
I like the Wile E. Coyote idea better. Like, I just think that's a funnier way to have someone trying to kill someone versus like, oh, ha, ha, ha.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I wasn't sure how much we would want to say it with this. Right. You know, how much does David know?
Right.
Yeah. I think just... Yeah, I feel like just being suspicious rather than like saying like, oh, I know for this for a fact she's trying to kill.
Right,
Donnie.
Which I feel like the Wile E. Coyote thing is very much like, yo, she's definitely trying to kill her husband.
Yeah.
If he knows about all these attempts. But at least with the wedding photos, like he's seen them.
That's why I don't like through David's perspective, because then you don't get to see certain things about these characters.
That's fair.
Well, do we change the script?
I feel like we can, I guess. It's just like we have to make it vague-ish, where like say even like with Lonnie, it could be like, yeah, Dad and Lonnie spent like a lot of time together, and it just shows them doing the like various crimes. Like it doesn't have to be like David's knowledge. Now that I say it out loud, David doesn't need to know these things. He just needs to give some sort of context to what is being shown on screen.
Correct. Yeah, David's statement is from David's perspective, but the visuals we see can be whatever.
Right. That's why I think we could get away with the Wile E. Coyote thing.
And now that we've talked through this, I agree.
Yeah. I'm really glad that we are able to like talk through it. Like it's very refreshing.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Guys, we're so fucking smart. I like that. So like, yeah, I'm pretty sure she's trying to kill her husband.
Yeah. Like David is saying that?
Yeah.
I don't think David should say exactly that. I think just something like, yeah, she's a little weird. She's a little off. Like there's something about her. She sneaks around a lot.
Does David know? Is that funniest? Is that easiest?
I personally think they don't.
Okay.
Like I think it would be...
I think it's funnier if they do.
I definitely think it's funnier if they know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And especially it then highlights like how bad she is at it.
Right, because
she killed
the
Ronnie.
entire family knows that she's trying to kill her husband, but she just can't do it. Like, that's significantly funnier than like them just being like, oh no, she's just kind of weird.
Yeah, I agree.
Guess. I don't know.
She loves him to death.
And it also makes this story more unique.
For sure. Okay.
Because that's something I haven't seen.
Well, if that's the route we want to go, then sure.
And she doesn't need a long one.
I figured Nicole and Johnny are pretty short.
Yeah, I mean, it can be like just that. Like, yeah, I don't know. I think she's trying to kill her husband. Poof, poof, poof.
Yeah, it should probably be 2.
What do you guys think about like a serial hobbyist? Like,
I
she picked up knitting and she picked up cooking and she picked up,
or like she knits scarves for her cats, or like does something at like the shelter,
like to show her like fanatic.
Right, like she does something strange.
Well, and that's what I meant by like serial hobbyist is like she picks up like a different hobby every month and she never really like sees it through.
Oh yeah, I think we've talked about that before too.
So I don't know if that's funny.
It would be funny if like, she makes scarves for her cats and it's just like a little torn up like piece of stitching. That's
like she's bad at that.
Like she's also bad at that.
But like she thinks she's really good. She's like, don't they look cute?
That's fair.
With their like choking scar.
Dude, it would be even if it's just like for Donnie and Johnny and she's like, it's like, yeah, she makes all these fucking, and they're like teeny tiny, like the shittiest scarves that like you see like Donnie and Johnny trying to pose with, and they just look so stupid.
It's like Molly Weasley. She makes the ugly Christmas sweaters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, something like that could be fun.
After I said cats, I realized that Donnie would probably never let them have a bunch of cats.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But it would be funny if she kept cats like in the attic or like in the basement.
Yeah,
or
maybe,
something.
or yeah, like the backyard cats. Like maybe like she feeds all the animals in the yard or something. I don't know. I don't know about like picking stuff up and like getting bored of it.
That's fair. That's fair.
I had written down something totally random.
Ooh.
I wrote down that she holds the world record for the longest amount of time in braces. Just because I think that would really fuck her up.
Yeah.
And I think that would be a look into her psyche.
That's so funny.
It'd be funny if like she was internet famous because of that.
Right.
So there's like a little bit of like shame going on in the world.
Yeah, like the internet thinks she's a meme or something because of that.
Honestly, if even if we didn't want to go the braces route, it'd be really funny if like she was a meme. She was like a Karen or whatever. She was caught in public, and we just show like this very like shitty cell phone footage
of her like doing something ridiculous.
Yeah. Let me speak to your manager.
That would be good.
Yeah. She loves her family.
If we go on the braces route, does that mean that Nicole has adult braces?
No. God, no.
Oh, but wait, what if she does?
No, because I hate adult braces.
I know,
I
me
hate
too.
adults with braces.
And I hate Nicole.
I don't want to hate Nicole that much. I don't want to hate looking at her that much.
Think of how much worse that creepy smile would be.
Also, we would have to find someone who has braces.
Yeah,
unless we want to pay for braces.
That's like a logistic nightmare.
That's so fair.
But I really do like the idea of like she was like a meme and now she's just kind of.
Yeah, or like she has the world record for like something that's not great.
Yeah.
Like
the longest belch.
Right, or like the I don't know.
The best homemade mashed potatoes.
Yeah. True. Something like that. Just something to like show why she's crazy.
Oh, like the most lemons eaten, and then we can get a shot of her like going sour face. I'm spitballing here.
That was creative.
Thank you. Thank you. I thought so.
It could be the world record for the largest bar tab. No, that's not. She's not.
That
drunk.
could be Carol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carol. I'm trying to think of like a way to like kind of make her a menace to society that's not so harmful where like people like are angry mobbing her out of town, but like people know Nicole and not in a positive way.
Yeah, I think her existing on the internet is funny.
Me
in
too.
some way.
Maybe we'll just make a meme for her or something.
What if she was caught at like her local church's potluck or whatever, and she kept bragging about these mashed potatoes are legitimate, like they're homemade, they're whatever, and she got caught in that lie, and she's like trying to defend herself and screaming her heart out at like these church people who are just like, dude, we saw you.
We saw you with the bag, bro.
Yeah, like why is this a thing? And it's just like them blowing up at each other.
That's fair.
Gosh, if we just...
I don't know how important the mashed potatoes should be, but...
Not very important.
And then that ruins our twist.
Well,
Right.
I think it'd be funny if like Donnie's like, no. She told me these are legitimate. Which also kind of shows like Donnie like caring and loving for his wife, being supportive. Like, no, I trust her. Which is also ironic.
True.
I mean, maybe it's just like her and Donnie were high school sweethearts.
Mm-hmm.
And that's and that's it. It's
yeah,
like,
maybe it's just a factual thing about her.
I'm trying to figure out like what can flow into her like killing her husband, because it's like, yeah, she has the world record for most lemons eaten, and she's trying to kill her husband. It's like, oh shit, that gave me some whiplash.
That's fair.
Since
that's what I think is funny.
The whiplash?
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
I think that effect always works well with stuff like this. But I get what you're saying.
So, like, maybe she collects buttons. Like, she has a fantastic button collection, and I'm pretty sure she's trying to kill her husband.
Right. Like, isn't that funny?
She has the world's largest ventriloquist collection.
Or just the world's largest ventriloquist dummy.
Yeah.
It's Donnie.
She makes a human-sized
it's
Donnie.
a life-size Donnie.
God.
Maybe, what do you guys think about the button collection? I think it's cute.
I think it's cute.
Buttons, like political, like pins?
No, like for a sweater.
Oh, interesting.
I think it'd be funny if she had she talks to the buttons. What's that? Donnie? Do you really think I should?
You think I'm trying to kill you? What?
The buttons are the reason why she wants to kill Donnie, because the buttons are convincing her to kill Donnie.
The buttons are the voices in her head.
Shit. All right. Let's take a breath here.
Wait, okay, so then just hear me out real quick. So she has the world's largest collection of buttons. We get to a shot of her and just a table in front of her with a full-on spread of buttons, and she's looking down at them, and she goes, I love you. And I'm pretty sure she's trying to kill her husband. Like, always in the background, creepily, I love you.
And just Donnie in the background, I love you too, honey.
Yeah. Goodbye.
It would also be funny if, she did have, this weird obsession about buttons, and she has a collection, and, every polo Donnie has, the buttons are always missing from the top.
Yeah, that'd be cute.
Cutting them off.
Because she's stealing them.
Stealing the buttons, yeah.
Oh, she's a fucking button klepto.
Yeah. That's funny. And that's something we could totally just have in the background. Yeah. Every picture of Donnie and every situation will just have a button missing.
I thought you were going to say that his polos have really fancy buttons because she decks him out.
No, she's not gonna.
No,
she's not gonna give
stealing them. Yeah,
to that asshole. An inconvenience.
Yeah. Okay. It doesn't have to be buttons, but I like this direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something that's kind of fucking with Donnie, but Donnie doesn't give a shit.
Just subtly fucking with the world for her own personal creepy little collection.
Has a button collection and is trying to kill her husband. See, is it just me? I think that's
no, that's
comedy.
Great. Yeah, I wasn't ready for it, but I'm here for it now.
All right, let's move on. Johnny.
Oh, Johnny.
I gave a throwback to our original character idea of Johnny. I thought it would be funny to have an exact calculation of how many times he's ejaculated since the first time that he jerked off.
Holy shit.
And I thought
Austin's face he was not ready for that.
I don't remember that at all.
We wanted to have the compulsive masturbator, asshole.
Right,
that was your fucking idea.
That's right. I didn't know he kept count. That's what I meant though. Keeping count of I was when did we fucking talk about that?
No, that's what I just came up with today.
It'd be funny. There's little tallies on his wall.
Right. So what I wrote down is has ejaculated 973 times since the age of 14, and then do if any of those sperms had reached maturity, he would now have like 1.8 million children or something like that.
Oh
like
my God,
very
yeah.
like mathematical
Yeah.
about how many things he has just because he's like that anal retentive science kid.
Yeah. I love that. And I love too if it's like he's ejaculated 900 times since he turned 14. And then we can like cut back to Zoe and David. And she's like, how old is he? He's 15.
Yeah. That is funny. And then just go right back to it.
And then we're back in it. Yeah.
That might be a really good break in between all of the other introductions.
I think so too. I mean, yeah, any of those like kind of breaks in the pacing are going to be good to kind of build in.
Agreed.
That's funny.
And I just pictured kind of like a cool, I don't know, like from a droplet level to like expanding out on how many people there would be or something.
Oh, sure. I see. With all
Maybe
of
in
his
like an
kids.
animation sense, but I don't know if animation is something we even want to touch.
Sure. And I like that if it's even just like a raw number.
They also do that in Small Apartments. I'm just now realizing.
Which one?
They like have the animation come up on the screen about like how everything works.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even realize that.
True.
But like that's what I was thinking. Like 973 times 1.8 million sperm per load equals what?
Yeah.
Something.
Which means that he's had, I don't
He
know.
had the possibility of having 16.4 billion children.
Pathetic offspring.
Pathetic children, yeah.
I think that'd be fun.
I wanted to give a nod to the chronic masturbator.
Yeah.
And show off his science-y brain.
But this is David now, because it's David who's saying this.
Again, it doesn't need a...
No, I know, but if we like do the whole math thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I suppose, yeah.
True.
So we'll...
Why do you know how many times your nephew masturbated?
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
true.
Exactly. So we'll
He
maybe...
keeps calling me.
Dang it.
Every
That's
time.
true, but
Hey, we can find a way to work this in, though.
yeah, I think it's funny to have an exact number and have it be exuberant.
We could, even if we just like throw in the word probably, like he's probably masturbated 1,500 times since he turned 14.
1,541 times.
Yeah. If we just like write it so that he's approximating just to like, this is how pathetic I assume this child is. Yeah, I think that's funny.
Yeah, that's another reason why I don't want to go through David's point of view, but you're right.
Oh, we can, if we want to, we can rewrite the script. I mean, it's up to us.
No, I mean, like, David has to introduce them. I just want him to know more than he probably would.
Sure. And
maybe that's just a wall we have to break. Maybe he just has to know these things and we have to say, fuck it. Maybe he just knows them.
Maybe David's God.
Yeah, maybe he just knows more than you expect him to. I don't know.
Oh, that's the lore.
Okay, what did you rate him?
Well, so funny you say that. Maybe he knows more than we expect him, because what I wrote down for what David says about Johnny is that he doesn't know shit about the kid. I thought it'd be funny if David goes, he makes model trains or birdhouses or robots or something.
And it's like him, like, see, I just feel like
About to
every
masturbate.
single.
Yeah.
I just feel like every one of these we have a scene like that that's like the character going through a different background, but basically like doing the same thing in each shot,
True.
which is just getting old.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just kind of like the pattern of the sequence.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be consistent throughout the whole short film. If it was like consistent throughout the whole short film, I agree. I'd be like, oh, this is a lot.
Right.
And maybe we find, if we end up with 3 of them, maybe we just find like the 2 that we like the most and just find a way to make them more different enough for it to work.
Right. Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, I thought it'd be fun if it's like he's sitting at a table with all of like model train stuff and then birdhouse stuff and then robot stuff and then the robot explodes.
Yeah. Yeah, I like David just not knowing anything about him. Like
Right.
Johnny, I don't really know anything about.
Right.
Do you have more?
No, that's all I had.
I kind of thinking about this as we were talking. I think it'd be very interesting if David just says something like, yeah, he's kind of special. And like we put him in a scenario where like he's given one task to do. Like he's like, I want you to organize this bookshelf by color or whatever.
Yeah.
And the person leaves, comes back, and like it's the books have been like cut into like weird paper mache and it just kind of like it's very artsy.
Yeah.
But he didn't do the assignment.
What a weirdo.
just something very weird like that, where it's like, oh my gosh, there's like talent here, but they don't look at that. They're like, why did you do that?
See, the problem with that is that he has no talent.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, you're right.
Where my mind first went is like, hey, please organize this bookshelf alphabetically. And then they walk away and they come back and nothing has changed. And Johnny's just like hyperventilating, staring at the books.
Oh my God.
He couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go like necessarily with that panicky.
Sure.
I would almost say that he's like very ignorant of his own incompetence.
Oh yeah, he thinks he's great.
Yeah. I wouldn't even say he thinks he's great. He's just, gosh, and the more I keep thinking about this character, the more I think of like, he's just like, he's kind of there to take in everything and trying to like feel the experience. And like, he doesn't really take direction until Lonnie is in the picture. When Lonnie's in the picture, he's like, that's my cool aunt. Hell yeah, I'm gonna do what she says. Almost like Tina. Have you guys seen that episode of Bob's Burgers when Bob is teaching Tina how to drive?
Oh yeah.
And like, it's in an empty parking lot with like one car in the parking lot. It's huge. And like, she's slowly driving and Bob's like, okay, Tina, you can turn now. Tina, you can turn.
Just
Tina,
avoid the one
Tina,
car.
Yeah. Tina,
Hit the brakes, Tina.
Tina, stop. And then just,
Yeah. She just freezes.
Yeah, something like that. I can kind of see that.
And I think that's where I was going with like the bookshelf thing.
Okay.
Is that he just like shuts down. This might also be the chance to introduce him as Johnny Knoxville Brinkman.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is my nephew Johnny. Yeah, he's named after Johnny Knoxville. And then we just get a shot of like Donnie kicking him in the balls.
Or at this point, is the fact that he's named after Johnny Knoxville just an Easter egg for people who have listened?
Maybe. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Well, if we ever get the chance to, let's hit Johnny in the balls.
Mm-hmm.
True.
He just accidentally gets hit in the balls all the time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
His catchphrase is, oh, my balls.
Yeah. That's his catchphrase.
I wrote down, David doesn't know much about him and has jerked off a very specific amount of times.
Do we want to write down? Okay, yeah, doesn't know about him.
Makes a candle of his own load.
Oh, nice.
I mean, I think your idea is solid.
I wanted to work in the robotics team thing.
Yeah.
And so that's how I got there, is like, I couldn't really think of a funny way to do robotics unless if it's like David doesn't really know what he does. It's like, it's a robotics or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And again, I think Johnny can be a short one.
Yeah.
Like Nicole.
Especially because I think doing a long one with Donnie, a long one with Lonnie, and then probably a longer one with Carol, it'll be good to have the shorter.
Yeah.
Two.
So let's talk about that drunk old bitch.
Yeah.
So I like the line that I wrote for Carol as a potential. Is my mother Carol? She juggled 3 growing kids and still managed to not give a shit.
Or she juggled 3 kids and somehow managed to like throw a wine bottle in the mix.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so the shot that I had in mind was like Carol standing in a room and there's like baby carriages or something like around her, like 3 baby carriages, and you just hear like the crying babies and she's just in the middle like drinking a bottle of wine or something like that. Yeah.
That could kind of mirror the shot of them pushing the corpse into the hole.
Oh, sure.
From like the perspective of the baby.
Oh, so like looking out of the baby, like out of the crib.
Well, from like behind the line of 3 cribs up at her.
Yeah, I like that. That could be fun.
Yeah, I like that line.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What do you guys have?
So for Carol, I wanted to throw out like a controversial idea because I feel like Carol is one of our characters who isn't really expanded on like who she is. I feel like a good example of that where we can get away with that and it's still being funny and her still being part of this world is having her be similar to like Mac's mom from It's Always Sunny.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, and like we just kind of see her just drinking and letting the kids just kind of do their thing and just
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I think Carol has that air of apathy that just follows her in whatever situation she's in.
Yeah, totally. What did you bring, Maddie?
I wrote down another totally random thing for Carol.
Hell yeah.
That her and Ronnie met through an underground poker club.
Ooh.
And that she was the one who always won.
Ooh, fun.
That she was good at like playing poker and hustling and like getting money that was like her contribution to their monetary relationship.
I like that. That could be a fun shot. Ooh, especially if we're doing like the round table lazy Susan kind of thing and it spins onto her. We could have it spin away and then it's spinning on the poker table and it spins to her at the poker table and she's like raking in dough.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I mostly thought it would be cool to work with a poker table.
Fuck yeah. True. Yeah, like in a seedy basement.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, yeah, that'd be fun.
I like that.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if we decided how they met. I don't think we did.
I don't remember how they met, but I remembered like why they were attracted to each other because they both had like a sense of appearance, almost kind of like status, right? Am I correct on that?
Yeah, I'm looking at her character sheet now and I wrote down that she loved Ronnie for his financial stability. So like she kind of latched onto him as like the rich husband. And so maybe it's even if we can find a way to like they met at a poker table, like have him win and have her like
that's a good idea.
Like maybe she was the dealer.
Yeah, maybe that's like how they met is. Yeah, I like that.
What if the shot somehow we like see her as the dealer and we see him as the card player. He like we get a shot of him like raking in all of the money, so it's like money, 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 and then just like a bra hits him in the face. So it's like money, 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 flirt, and like that's how you kind of draw that connection.
And like so then like the camera pans over, quick pan over to her with her
wine glass
and like
and she winks at him.
Yeah.
Hello, sailor.
That would be cute. Like, she was mainly attracted to my dad because of his financial ability.
Yeah. Or even not even that, just like they met at a poker game and then we see that she's just totally shallow for his money.
Yeah. That's fair. I like that. I like that better than her being good at poker.
Sure. And we also had written down that she was like a star dancer or like a ballerina of some kind. Like that she was kind of a performer. So I don't know if we want to work that into.
I think that could also work if we went away from the poker table and like say that she met Ronnie like at one of her shows. And like, Ronnie was really sweet on her and like took her out to things and like did things for her.
Right.
But I guess that's kind of less funny.
I'm really attached now to the idea of like the money aspect of that. But yeah, I'm not sure how to work in, if we even work in that she was a dancer.
Yeah. I don't know if I care about her being a dancer.
That's fair. So what else do we want to know about Carol?
Did Ronnie have an abusive streak with her, like with the kids?
I don't think so. I almost think that like, or I guess, maybe it's not, it's more just being inattentive.
Yeah, I think he was more distant than abusive.
Yeah. Which I guess could be like a form of abuse for some people.
Like neglect. Yeah.
Should it be something with her like alcoholism?
I think we definitely mentioned that. Yeah, like she met my dad at a poker table and could drink any one of those guys under the table or something like that. And so we can like do kind of these quick shots.
She met dad at a poker table. Once he picked up her hand, she never put down the bottle. A little depressing, but you know what? Here we are.
Yeah, something like that. Like she met him at a poker game, never lost a drinking game. And
nice.
That's fucking poetry.
I think we need another like weird thing for her.
Like what?
Well, because we have like photos, athleticism, working out, delivering his own baby for Donnie, and like selling fake weed, being manipulative for Lonnie. And it's like, I feel like Carol needs to also have as much background as that, or like just a random factoid to like complete the set.
She didn't have her first drink until she was 23.
She won Miss America, but now she looks like this.
Instead of just like her drinking a shit ton, she could also just be like a connoisseur as well, where like she actually is an expert on like wines and various alcohols, because maybe her family has a background in distillery.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, something like that. I mean, maybe it's like
Not that, but like something like that.
Yeah. Not that though.
Thanks, man.
Maybe she's like the only person keeping like the failing liquor store in town in business.
Oh, that's funny.
Like she's committed to the one liquor store, but they would like totally be going out of business if she didn't keep going.
That's funny.
She could make fun crafts with her bottles.
I don't think she has that much energy.
You don't think so?
Nuh-uh.
No, I don't either. What if she
also masturbated 572?
What if she thinks that when she goes into, like, what if she puts on a disguise every time she goes to buy liquor because she doesn't want her image tarnished, but, like, everybody knows who she is? Like, oh, here comes fucking Carol Brinkman again in her big-ass shades and her scarf.
Yeah, right.
Trying to act like we don't fucking see her ID.
I thought about if we go along the lines of like she's the only one keeping the local liquor store in business. I thought it'd be really funny to like have her coming in and you see like the guy behind the counter has on like a I Love Carol shirt and he's like, yeah, my best customer.
Yeah.
Whoa, why did he have to automatically have an Indian accent?
Hey, my best customer.
My best customer.
He's a Carol. And he's like, hey, my best customer.
He did it again.
That's Italian.
Hey, yeah, I thought they were
my best customer.
Come on in, Gabucci.
Kabuchi.
I thought they were New England. What? Do I retake it?
Doesn't matter.
And he's like, my best customer.
Perfect.
We use take 3.
She also has a button clicked.
Yeah.
And she steals some of.
What if she got her makeup tattooed on? That's an old lady thing. It's like
You'd be surprised at how many young people get their eyeliner tattooed.
And how gross it looks.
fair. Well,
gosh, guys, I gotta be honest. All I'm thinking about is Taco Bell.
shit, y'all.
I think we got it.
I think we got some solid groundwork down to really get an idea of these characters, and I'm really excited about like the fun visual language that we're already starting to work out and portray with these guys.
I agree. Before we head off, I think an acknowledgement is deserved. Drum roll, please. Bailey sent us a photo. She heard our shout out.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Her challenge was, I'll remind you guys, was to take a photo that makes her think of summer.
And she did. She knocked it out of the park.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be reposting it on the Roomtone Instagram page.
Can you describe the photo for us?
Sure. So Bailey sent in this fantastic picture. Looks like a kind of a first-person perspective of what looks like her laying down in a hammock. Got a little vintage camera, a nice frozen popsicle, sunset in the background. Really sums up a pleasant summer afternoon.
I agree. So yeah, thank you, Bailey. We really appreciate you for your photo and for listening. And if anyone out there wants to be shouted out next Roomtone episode, give us a message, tag us in a post, or send us a personal DM on our Facebook and or Instagram.
And until next time, pause for Roomtone.